So I get a kick out of people who have an app or a social media platform. Then they whine and complain when users use the app to promote them or what they have going on, when the same people do the exact same thing. You take Elon Musk. He buys a Twitter, and so he's been trying to penalize people who post news links and promote other platforms on Twitter when that's what Twitter does on other platforms. Well, Issac Hayes III is the founder of Fanbase, the social media app. We've told you about that. They have, matter of fact, their round of funding is about to close. So if you want to get in on that, you can do so. We'll tell you about that later. So there was a conversation on Clubhouse, the audio app, and Isaac had a couple of things to say, but a couple of people who work for the Clubhouse, they were not happy with the brother. Listen to this, show.
Yesterday, the head of community at Clubhouse, Joe Armenia, harassed Issac Hayes III, the founder and CEO of Fanbase, for inviting real estate mogul Grant Cardone to Fanbase after Grant voiced his opinion of the new changes made to Clubhouse. Here is audio of the exchange between Isaac, Grant, Joe, and another user, Cassidy, who also harassed Isaac.
And hey, another update. Roland, the creator of Clubhouse, blocked me, or some of his people did, because I guess he don't like me saying that this bullshit they did on Clubhouse is dumb. You know the movie Dumb and Dumber? They need to come out with a version for Clubhouse. Dumb, dumber, 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 and a dumbest. Because that's what they've done, is make it dumb.
Grant, what's up? It's Issac Hayes III. Pull up on Fanbase. You need to pull up on Fanbase, man. I'm going to drop a little link to a video and show you what needs to be going on with you over at Fanbase. You're more than welcome to pull up on the platform, but I got something I want you to check out and look.
First, his name is Rohan. Secondly, Isaac. Again, bad form and really unprofessional. Push alert side.
Joe, I know we've never met, but I was hearing there was 4,000 people on this app. I'm one of the reasons that a lot of people came to this platform, and I looked out for a lot of people to come to make Clubhouse a very popular platform during the pandemic. So I reserve the right to promote and market wherever I choose. This is what social media is about.
This is your idea of marketing, Isaac. Coming from a chief marketing officer, this is pretty funny. I'm assuming you were joking because, come on. Your approach is lacking a little bit of tact, and it seems a little bit desperate, but you do you. And good luck.
What makes this troubling is that the founder of Clubhouse, Paul Davidson, uses Twitter to promote Clubhouse. Twitter has Spaces, which is audio chat like Clubhouse. So why is it okay for Clubhouse to promote their app on a competitor, but Isaac can't promote Fanbase on Clubhouse? Could it be because tens of thousands of users have left Clubhouse for Fanbase in the last 4 days? Whatever the reason, what is unprofessional is the way that Clubhouse has treated its Black users for the past 3 years. And because of that, I'm leaving Clubhouse and going to Fanbase today. That shit is whack.
All right, folks. Issac Hayes III joins us right now. Ooh, Isaac, you got these Clubhouse folks hot and bothered.
Man, I do. I don't know why. I don't know why.
Well, again, so it's always interesting. Look, when apps make changes, some people don't like them. A lot of people are not liking what Clubhouse has done. And to your point, I mean, guess what? Facebook, they've got Twitter accounts, they've got Instagram accounts. All of these different people, cross share, and that's what they are. So for them to take aim at you for saying come over to Fanbase, that's childish and petty on their part.
It also exposes their hand because I'd like people to understand the differences between our platforms financially. Clubhouse has raised over $300 million and is valued at $4 billion. Fanbase, which is excellent, is valued at $85 million, and we raised about $9.5 million. So why would a company that's worth $4 billion and has raised $300 million care about me? Like, I'm the new guy. I'm coming up in the startup game, and I'm providing a service for every user on the planet to be able to not be shadow banned, say what they want, be themselves, and then on top of that, provide monetization. So for a company employee who's the head of community, who Joe is the head of community, for him to kind of say those words, and he has since removed that comment from the app, but other people caught it, and that's how this exists. It kind of shows their hand, like they're bothered, because there's been a mass exodus of people leaving Clubhouse for Fanbase. Our numbers have gone through the roof. I sent you guys something like, the app has gone viral. Like, our downloads are crazy of the app. People are making pages all over the planet, like India, Mogadishu, Stockholm, Sweden, the UK, Pakistan, Bangkok, Thailand, like a lot of, and then United States of America, just everywhere. So the app has really seen a growth. This right here has pushed us. I think that we'll get over 500,000 users. We'll get to 500,000 users probably in the next 4 or 5 days, which is incredible. That's a great benchmark for a platform to have 500,000 users on Fanbase. And so it's all because of the users, the people, and sometimes the mistakes that other platforms make by not listening to the users.
See, the thing that I love about this, again, you're right, they're showing their hand. And what it also goes to show you is the fact that, listen, let me real quick. Black folks basically built Clubhouse during COVID. It was African Americans being tastemakers and people going over there. And again, we're very successful at building other platforms and making other people rich, which is why I keep saying to black people, we should be supporting our own, like Fanbase, because, again, the modus operandi, the mentality of those who own and control is different. These other apps, they want to make all the money. They want to screw over content providers, and they want them to basically do all of this free work, and then they get the riches, as opposed to, create an equitable situation where the content creators are able to make money along with the company, like Fanbase.
Yeah, I mean, I'm making an equitable situation for every user. I consider every user on social media a content creator. We're all creating content. If you comment on someone's post, you're creating content. If you post the content yourself, you're creating content. If you're in an audio room and you're on the stage talking, you're creating content. All that creates engagement for users to come on these platforms and do that. So at Fanbase, I wanted to make sure that, one, we don't suppress anybody's content, because, again, with advertising, all these apps are in competition with the users, because they're not going to let you reach 1 million people, but then charge Coca-Cola to reach 1 million people. They're going to charge you just like they charge Coca-Cola, which is why everybody's shadow banned, everybody's suppressed. So I wanted to make that, extremely clear about part of our platform. And then secondly, the only reason, and I'm not going to say the only reason, but the primary reason that we have audio on Fanbase is because the first 1 million users that took Clubhouse from 4,000 users to 1 million users in 5 months, and they went out and raised $100 million at $1 billion valuation, were denied the opportunity to invest in Clubhouse. So I had already raised about $3 million in that first round, and we didn't have audio, but I said, well, then I'll just build audio. So we built an amazing audio segment to our platform that is monetized from the moment that you join. You can have subscribers. You can build audio camps. You can, build community and monetize, receive love, which is revenue for speaking. And this new user adoption has actually made us change our roadmap and really think about other things we need to add to audio in real time, because there's so many users coming over from all parts of the world that just want to have open conversation with people around the planet and share their points of opinion and be entertained and gain knowledge and all that kind of stuff.
Questions, panel here, Rebecca and Toran. Toran, I'll start with you.
Hey, Isaac, what's good, man? Haven't seen you in a while, brother. First of all, I'm good, man. Congratulations on the growth of Fanbase, man. My question is this. Well, I'm going to start with a statement. Look, man, you and me have talked about this before, and we know that Black social media is currency. You know, there's Black Twitter. We know what Clubhouse has done. Basically, all these social media platforms rely on Black people making content to basically push their bottom line. So let me ask you this. Do you think that people were upset with you promoting Fanbase on Clubhouse because they know that there's starting to be an awakening of the power of social media among Black social media users, and they're starting to look for ways that they can take ownership of some of these things that other people have been able to cherry pick from?
Not only that, Fanbase is probably the only infrastructure that is African-American run. So I was big on building infrastructure. Facebook's not owned, Clubhouse, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok are not, Snapchat are not owned by anybody African-American, but Black culture and Black content overwhelmingly creates the engagement that then allows these companies to run ads and make billions of dollars. So I think the fact that there's a fear that someone like myself that has gone into the sector of infrastructure and building the platform, so I'm not just the culture, I'm the technology and it's in one place. I think they're afraid that there's no place for them to exploit Black culture to the benefit of their bottom line, which is what disruption is about. If you're not pissing people off in tech in one way, shape, or form, then you're doing something wrong. You're supposed to come to the party and ruin it for everybody that got there before you. That's what you have to do. So I feel proud to do that. I'm happy to disrupt the financial systems that go on in these companies, the equitable opportunities for creators and users around the planet to be able to be seen, be heard, not suppressed, make money, and be themselves. So, I mean, this is exactly what the goal and the purpose of Fanbase is to do. I just got a little help from Clubhouse getting in their feelings and, you know, saying what they said.
I mean, you know, I'm already on Fanbase, brother. So I respect what you do. I got to cop one of those Fanbase shirts.
This one's not out yet. Everybody wants this one. It's not,
There you go.
out yet. It will be though. It's coming. It's coming.
All right. I want one.
Rebecca.
Thank you.
Rebecca.
Hey, so congratulations on the uptick and your record growth that just happened over this weekend. I saw you push that out, so congratulations first. Also, you just kind of had like a Suge Knight moment. Like I was thinking about the Suge Knight speech of, hey, if you're sick and tired, it was almost like you went over there and said, hey, if you're sick and tired of your social media content providers suppressing your content, you know, come on over to Fanbase. If you want to share revenue, come over on Fanbase. I mean, I think it's great. Can you talk more of what it's like being Black in tech and what disruption really looks like?
I'm very new to the space, so I'm kind of flying and building the plane at the same time, which I think is pretty good because it allows me to not follow any roadmaps that were, you know, laid out before me, which a lot of times wind up in dead ends for financing and funding for tech companies. So I've not followed the path of trying to raise venture capital for my company. I was able to raise $9.5 million on a platform called Start Engine. And anybody right now that is watching this or watches this later can go to startengine.com/fanbase and invest the minimum of $245 to actually have equity and own part of the platforms that they use. So our round closes at $5 million. We're at $3.7 million now. This huge uptick, Fanbase was valued at $85 million this time last year. By the end of this month, a whole year will have gone by, and that is before this huge uptick in users. So Fanbase will not be valued the same anymore after this. And so it's been a challenge. I've gotten it from all sides. I've gotten it from the white tech community. I've gotten it from the Black tech community. I've gotten it from people that just don't, you know, that I'm not even, you know, supposed to be in this space because I'm a music producer that decided to build something and had a vision. So it's been challenging, but I got some really tough skin. I'm a very driven and determined and persistent individual. I know my focus. I'm not going to get in my feelings. I am calm. I am measured. I am determined. So the things that come at me and Fanbase, we face those challenges with no fear, with experience, with gut. And, you know, we're ready to continue to do that in every way, shape, or form to disrupt. So I'm excited about that. But it's been also a joy. Because I really see, I had a conversation today. I spoke at Clark Atlanta University, and we have done the very first ever partnership with an HBCU and a social media company. So I got to speak to young people today about social media and three things that really woke them up, right? One, they can make money, right? I went live and I made like $20, $50 in like 3 or 4 minutes. Secondly, they could start the platform by migrating their content from Instagram over to Fanbase. It still stays on Instagram, but you just pack your stuff up and move it over, and you can do the same on TikTok. And third, when they actually heard that they can invest, and these are young people, 19, 20, 21 years old, that say, sir, I just invested in your platform. Like, I want to invest. And that's phenomenal because they're the ones that make these platforms popular. Who better than to give equity to than the young individuals, the talent individuals, the creative people around the planet, around the world, of all races that make these platforms multi-billion-dollar platforms, except for the 100 or so rich angel investors and seed investors that do this over and over and over again. This is truly power and generational wealth to the people. So I'm happy about the experience that I've had being a Black tech founder.
All right. Again, before we go, Isaac, tell people if they want to become an investor in the Fanbase, where do they go and how much you got left to raise?
I got about 1.25 million left to raise. When I do your program, though, it's phenomenal because the word gets out. I've been telling everybody about this. I'm actually about to have another audio room after this interview about investing. But go to startengine.com/fanbase to invest. The minimum to invest is $245. You should own part of these platforms that they use. We spend $245 on tennis shoes, drinks at the club, steak dinners, all kinds of stuff. But just to take $245 or even $500 or $600, because really 2,500 people investing $600 right now closes the round today. If 2,500 people see this video and they take $600 and invest in Fanbase, the round's closed. It's over. We're done. And I mean that's what I want to do. I want to close this round extremely fast. And so I appreciate the opportunity for you to come and talk about this because I'm not going to be bullied. I'm not worried. It's actually a feather in my cap that, again, a $4 billion company cares about what I'm doing. It shows that they're scared and they're worried. And again, that's what disruption is all about. So I really appreciate the time to talk about this.
All right, Issac Hayes III, we appreciate it. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, man.